Welcome to Excel Magic Trick number 782. Hey, if you want to download this workbook, Excel Magic Trick 779 to 786, click on the link below the video. Hey, we got a great example here, and this comes straight from the Mr. Excel message board. I saw this a month or so ago, and I didn't keep the link, and I went back to search for it, and I couldn't find the link. So some genius there at the Mr. Excel message board figure this out. But here's our goal. We need to look through a list of numbers. And this list, if I control down arrow, is 10,000 records long. I'm going to control home to jump back to A1. We need to search for the numbers 4, 2, and 3 in any order. So it could be 4, 2, 3, 4, and then some numbers in between 2, 3, or even 4, 3, 3. There could be some duplicates. So we're going to use the search function. Now, what does search do? Search, if you give it some text like 4 and say, hey, look within here, it'll say, hey, that's the first character. Now, we want a bunch of numbers. So we're going to use wildcards. And I'm going to put this in double quotes. Wildcard, and then for wildcard 2, wildcard 3. Now, what these wildcards stand for is 0 or more characters. So right now, it could be looking for 4, and it would see that there's a 4 and nothing before. If there was a 4 in the middle, there could be some characters before it, and it would be perfectly all right. So this is mixing our criteria here with these wildcards. Right? So for example, on 3, it could find a 3 at the end, and then this would be no characters after. Or it could find a 3 right there, and there would be 2 digits after that. So that's what we're trying to find, comma, within this. And we're going to close parentheses and double click and send it all the way down. Now, if I come here and I type a 2, 3, you could see, and it's always going to give us 1 because of the wildcards. But right here, let's say a 2, 3 here. Or that one's not going to find it because it's not in order, but this one would. All right, and I'm going to undo that, keep this integrity of this set here. That's fine. And you can come down here and see there's our first one, 4, 0, 0, 2, 3. But what we really want is a true. And the reason why is maybe you wanted to filter and then extract. So I'm simply going to say is number. Now, really, if you were going to sort this, you could sort because all the values would come together and the number ones would come together. But if you wanted to keep it clean, you could do is number. You absolutely do not have to do this to get that sort to work. And then there's our first true. Now, what if you wanted to count how many? You're like, man, how many are there? Well, I'm going to copy this and come over here. And we'll just do a little array formula. I'm going to use sum product. And I'm going to paste this. Now, right now, that's just one item. But instead of putting just a single cell, I can highlight this whole column. Now, I have one cell selected. I'm going to use Control-Shift-Down arrow to send the range all the way down, and then I'm going to scroll back up over here. Now, what this will do is it will return a bunch of value errors and 1. But it's also going to be inside of ISNUMBER, and actually right here, I think this may be too big. If I highlight this and hit F9, it's too long to evaluate. But you can imagine if I evaluated this, it would give me a true whenever it found it in this huge range here, and a false if it didn't. Now, we need to convert those trues and falses to 1s and 0s, and we're going to do that with a double negative. Double negative in front of the is number, and then close parentheses on the sum product. I still can't evaluate that, but I can hit Enter, and there it is, 523. If I were to come up here and type a 2, 3, there's 24. Now, this formula right here is awesome if you don't have this column. But what if you wanted to count and you had the column? You would just use count if. And the range, I'm going to click there, Control-Shift-N-R and F4, comma, and then true. And it would tell us 524. So if you did have this, then do that. And if you're going to filter, don't leave this stuff here. Sometimes that can mess things up. All right, we'll see you next trick.